Hello, Leo, and welcome to Indigo Rising Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you're having a great day. This will be your weekly reading for the week of July 12th through the 18th. And during that time, we have a waning crescent moon for the beginning of the week, and that is a time of calm and stability. We're being thoughtful and thinking about, kind of being growth oriented, thinking about what we did in this last cycle. Things are kind of coming to fruition, and we're thinking, what is it that we do need to do when the new cycle approaches? Because that comes to us with the new moon on the 14th. And of course, that's a time for fresh starts and new beginnings. So, you want to be thinking about what are the things that you want to work on during the cycle, things that you might, even if it's just one thing, one personal thing, inner or outer, or just something you want to improve in your life. What is that? And so, because we're going to start those things, or at least be thinking about those things on the new moon. And then when the waxing crescent comes for the rest of the week, that is a time when we're starting to execute those things and making plans. It's making plans and just starting to put those things to work. So please keep those moon energies in mind as we move through the week. This will be an intuitive general reading for energies that you may or may not encounter, Leo. So as always, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't here on the table for someone else. And your overall message for this reading is to hold your vision. Okay, let's see what the Leo Collective has going on for the week. As I'm shuffling the tarot, my fun weekly reminder is that you use that new moon energy this week to learn something new. So there might be something in your life that you've been thinking, I don't know enough about, whatever it might be. It could be anything under the sun. And give yourself a couple of hours this week, a little bit of extra time to either read a book, to learn something, to go to a lecture or take a class, or just, whatever it is, in the way that whatever it is you're interested in learning and is learned, take that time to learn it. Then it's yours forever, right? So it's just a really good week to do that with that new moon energy. So that is my fun weekly reminder for you this week, Leo. All right, let's get into this reading, July 12th through the 18th. And Leo, you need to hold your vision. Your present energy right now is the Tower. So it looks like there's some sort of disruption coming for you. This could be something minor or major. You never know, but disruptions are always, they're a pain in the butt, but they're a way for us to learn. And that's hard to see when you're in it, because you're like, this could be some sort of delay. It could be some sort of, it's just something that it's out of the ordinary. So, it could be something that just, it's unexpected things that happen. Again, it could be something as small as something's wrong with your car and it delays you, or something as big as you have a flight that's canceled that that throws your whole trip off, So whatever it is, realize that it is a test. And that's what the towers are there for, to test us and to kind of make us come to different understandings and meanings, so that the next time that you encounter this, you handle it well, handle it better, and you learn something, or you learn how to prevent it from happening. So whatever it is, hold your vision. Your current situation is the Knight of Pentacles. So this could be something that you have to throw some money at. It could be as small as like a car part, but if it is a travel plan, it might be. So think about that as as you start off your week, is that, there's some financial action that maybe need to take, and some material action. This is our night. So it's about doing something, so it's not like this can't be taken care of, but it looks like money is going to be the thing that you have to throw at it, which sometimes that's how some problems get taken care of. At the root of your situation here is the Four of Wands, or I'm sorry, Four of Swords. What is the Four of Wands is coming together. That's the one. Maybe you're on your way to a wedding, since I mentioned wands instead of something. Maybe there's some delay with the wedding. Anyway, just an aside, because wands came out of my mouth. Four of Swords is about rest and meditation, and that's at the root of this. So again, if you're on your way to vacation for some of this R&R, and something happens that's a delay, maybe it's one of those, where it's a test for you to not sweat everything. Now, don't sweat the things that seem small. Don't make a bigger deal out of them than you might, where that's something a Leo might do. So Realize that it's there as a test. This is a test. It's testing you. So are you going to fail, or are you going to pass the test with flying colors? So in your recent past here is the Wheel of Fortune. So we're definitely um, in a place where you are being fortunate. The Wheel of Fortune is usually a sign of some sort of something coming in. It's typically positive. I mean, that's about the wheel of life that changes constantly, and it is kind of great today. Like you won the lottery yesterday, but now you've got this disruption today. It's like you just never know what each day may bring. And that's what life is. We're never quite sure. Even you could be as stable as you want, but there's just always something that blindsides us. And we learn how to protect ourselves from those things a little better as we mature. But you're coming into this with the Wheel of Fortune behind you. So you're in an okay place to have this test happen, I guess, is what I'm trying to say there. What's on your mind this week is the Two of Cups. So you're coming together in some sort of partnership here, maybe to solve this problem, maybe to you have someone to lament to or share this problem with. This could be a partner or a friend or somebody else that's maybe there with you with this problem and trying to help you manage it. So that's nice. You've got someone to come together, and that's on your mind, that it's appreciated that you have this person there with you. I mean, this could be a friend or a family member, or just someone that's there to kind of help you or walk you through when you have some sort of disruption like that, or even just to make you feel better about it, even if they can't be hands on to help you with it, but just someone to kind of bounce something off of or lament to, right? What is just ahead of you this week? Four of Cups. I know we've got two fours on the table, so please look up angel number 44. But yeah, a little dissatisfied. Of course, this is like being annoying, but you're annoyed with what the universe is giving you. And who isn't when it's a disruption like this? It's just like, oh, it's so frustrating when you want things to go a particular way and it's just, there's a little roadblock. So, but think of it again as a test and something temporary. If you go into it with that kind of attitude, you'll be a lot less frustrated and just get a lot less worked up over it, which I feel like is one of our goals, is to maybe get to where we're just not, where we kind of, our emotions are like, okay, that happened, now I get to deal with it, instead of that happened, and all the crazy that can go with it. So think about that. Of course you're annoyed, who wouldn't be? In your advice position here is the Knight of Cups. So lots of knights coming in. So we're also going to not only take action with probably money to throw at the situation, but we're also going to take action on the emotional front. And to me, this is our most calm, slow moving horse, and it like can't be disrupted emotionally. And that's what I mean by that, just real calm reaction. And you're getting a heads up right now through a tarot reading for this. So heads up, try to be as calm as you can through this disruption, whatever it might be for you. What is beyond your control this week is the World card. So this is balance. Look at you being in perfect balance when all this is going on. And wow, with the Wheel of Fortune, and this could be kind of a big lesson for you. We've got one, two, three major arcana now coming out. Or I'm sorry, no, that was just two. Yeah, that I'm thinking that's a knight. But anyway, you know you're coming from a good place. You're emotionally strong enough to manage it. The World card is, this is the very end of the major arcana. This is things being in balance. This is unity and harmony and discovery, that sort of thing. So it's like the happy ending. So and also sometimes disruptions, I always would say with this, is sometimes the universe is offering you something and you can't even really see the reason why. And I mean, like, let's say it is car trouble. Let's say you have car trouble. You're very annoyed by it. It's messing up your rest and meditation, and you're telling your friend about it. I can't believe this car trouble. But all of a sudden, you have to take your car to a place, and you meet someone there that like becomes your new best friend. You start talking to somebody, or you run into someone there, and you meet some. So it's almost like something bad that, or something good that comes out of the bad thing. Sometimes you just go with it, and you can't see it while you're in it, but you will at some point. You get to turn around and go, oh, well, that's a good thing my car broke down, because I met this person, and this person has changed my life in a really positive way. So those are the kind of things that you need to think about when something seems negative. You kind of look for, you look at things with some rose colored glasses occasionally. What is your secret desire, or what are you trying to avoid? King of Swords, which is definitely really using your logic and using your intellect. So is it your secret desire to really use those kind of skills and solve this problem, mentally when it comes to it, very logically? Or are you just trying to avoid it? I mean, I feel like you probably aren't, because it looks like you're very emotionally stable through it. It looks like you're financially able to handle whatever might come at you. So, just be happy too that you also have those skills of logic that the King of Swords comes in with. This is Spock, who would be very unemotional, just very logical. The car is broken. We're going to deal with it. We're taking it here. We're going to pay you money with the cars, So, and I'm using car as an example. Of course, tarot is an energy template, so it could be just about anything that can go wrong, right? In your outcome position is the Page of Swords. So through all of this, you learn a new way to communicate, a new way to think. And maybe it's just from this tarot reading, like, wow, I didn't know I could think positively through something negative going on, and have a little heads up about it, and be positive at the other end of it, and come out and think, oh, okay, it wasn't really that bad. I can manage that very well. So let's see what's hidden from you here at the bottom of the deck is the Magician. So, not time for manifesting this week. It's almost just time to deal with whatever this is. Maybe when this energy calms down next week, you can have the Magician there to start manifesting new things. So, hold your vision of whatever it is that you have going on in your life, of the person that you are, the person that you're trying to be. Really try to keep a hold of that vision as you're going through something that is a little bit disruptive. All right, let's get you a final message here from the Soul Oracle deck. Final message for Leo. Final message for Leo as they go through this disruption. Wake up call. Okay, there you go. Could just be something that's you just need to do, something that you need to deal with for whatever reason. Maybe not dealing with it was going to make it worse over time. That's sometimes the case. If you hear that little sound in your car, and what is that thing? And you catch it early, it's like catching a dental problem early, right? You catch it early, you can fix it early. It's a little wake up call so that you don't have to deal with something major later. All right, let's see what you need to do in the way of self-care. Self-care for Leo this week. And the card that you get is the card called Success, with a lot of gifts on it. Today is a really good day. You're in the flow. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up for you. Unexpected gifts fall into your lap. I mean, that can't, there's so many cards in this reading that say this, that you're financially capable, you're emotionally capable, you're logically capable, you've got friends around you, you're calm with this rest and meditation. You know, that it really speaks of this card. Problems are solved quickly and easily. Helpful people show up. So, really think about that as you're going through whatever this little wake up call is for you. So, Leo, thank you so much for being here. I hope there's something in this reading that you can take away and use in a positive way in your life this week. Of course, if you're comfortable sharing, drop me a comment down below. Let me know, what sort of disruption did you have? How did you manage it? Were you able to stay very calm, throw some money at it, be very logical through it? And did this message help you before you encountered this thing? I'd be real curious to know. So also, if you like my reading style, hitting like and subscribe is really helpful to me. So thank you so much in advance for doing that, Leo. Good luck with this, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.